Hello again, this is Robert Veach here. This is my video review of the FNIRSI brand, their LCR-P1 Transistor Tester, Capacitor Tester, SMD Electronic Component Tester, Diode and Triode and Zener Diode Tester. Does a lot of things all packed into one device. So it allows you to measure and analyze patch components, NPN, PNP, triodes, MOSFET, field effect transistors, Zener diodes, capacitors, again, resistors, inductors. It's got a friendly design. It's got a replaceable patch seal, enables measurement of both tiny precision components and high power devices. It has a 1.44-inch full color HD screen. 300 milliamp hour internal battery, Type-C charger on there. So it has a lot of functionality. We're going to show you how to use this. I have it turned on right now. It shut itself off because it was waiting. But you notice it says infrared decoding. There's a switch right here. So you go towards the top and it has infrared decoding on there. So let's say you have a remote and you're not sure whether it's working. There's a little infrared sensor right there, so you point it at it, and you see what it does. It showed me the infrared decoding. So it has address code OX00FF and command code OX08F7. So that's the pulses that come out of the device, and you could see that it's functioning, your device itself. So that's handy to have, whether you have a remote with an infrared and you're not sure that it's actually working. You can actually use that function, and that's in that switch in the up position, and the down position expecting you to use this. So this is one of these things that tightens up as you rotate it to the left, and you see those numbers there, 1 2 3 and then 1 2 3. You're going to be using the 1 2 3 for the transistors typically, and there's also a Zener diode test on there right there. You can hit that button for the Zener test. Really nice unit. And here is where you do the charging. And it's very simple to do. Use any Type-C cable with 1 amp or greater. You plug that in right there. And you get a little red display there. And that will turn to green when it's fully charged, which I already tested. Very simple to use. Now, you could put the components right in here and lock them down. You could also use this included jumper cable, and you can put these right into the 1, 2, and 3 if you like. That's another way to do it, and lock that in place. They also have this little module, and you could solder your Zeners, your diodes, your FETs, your capacitors, resistors, if you wanted to, and then you could take this out, pull this out like that, the module. There's a little notch right there. That notch has to line up with that notch. And now you see you got this little module right there, and you put that right in place, and now you can have your components be tested, soldered on there. You can just remove them, put new ones on there. It's up to you what you want to do, but it's a nice little feature that it has. So here's the test I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the unit on, and I have a resistor placed on pin 1 and 2. You could also do 2 and 3, and you hit the test button. It says test in process, and it notices resistor 1 and 2 value 199.6K, and that's the accurate value of there. Really nice. I'll let you know that the resistor is functional. And here's the capacitor that I put on there. This time I put it between pins 1 and 3, and you see it has 1 and 3 on the display, and it has the V loss percent and the ESR 2.73 ohms and the capacitor 1 microfarad. So that's really good information to get. So now you know this is a functional capacitor that you can use in your breadboarding and in your circuitry. And here's another test. I put a diode with the cathode on pin 3, on pin 1, and so it's showing me right there 1 and 3, and it has the voltage forward of 699 millivolts at 10.4 nanoamps, and it has 12 picofarads of capacitance. So it's verifying that that is a switching diode, and it's very functional, and you could use it in your breadboard circuitry. And here is probably the most important test for my application. Sometimes I use little tiny transistors. This is an NPN 2N3904, which is really commonly used. And I just put it on pins 1, 2, and 3, and it's showing me the configuration, base, emitter, collector. The HFE, or the gain, is 195. The current on the emitter is 1.76 milliamps for this test, and the voltage, the base emitter, is 0.662 volts. Really handy to let you know what's going on with that component. So let's just do that again. Let's test it again, that transistor. And you see the whole process involved right there. Really nice to be able to see that. Now if you're going to test a voltage regulating diode, which this is, it's about 5 volts, make sure you put it on the KAA, or AA, or K to A, because that's where it's going to work. So, and make sure you hit the Zener button right there. This is a Zener diode. Hit the test button, and it shows you that A is the anode and K is the cathode. Voltage regulator diode, and it shows you that's 5.13 volts, and that is correct. And it will measure inductors. So I'm using little jumpers. I'm on 1 and 3, and I have an inductor on there. So you see it's got 1.7 ohms, and it gives you the microhenries of 9.2 microhenries. Really nice. So after testing, what do I think about the FNIRSI brand, the LCR-P1? This is a very impressive device. As I demonstrated, it could test your infrared remotes. It could test your Zener diodes, your resistors, capacitors, and your transistors, and your field effect transistors, giving you the gain, the voltage, the current. Really handy if you have a box full of components, you don't know if they work. This is going to help you sort everything out for your breadboarding needs. Really impressed with this. Nice small profile, works really well. I'm going to give this product a full 5-star rating. I hope this video review helped you with your buying decision. Thank you for watching.